And you know what? It's happened to all of us. You know, you're trying to have a conversation with your loved one or maybe even your kids, and you just keep hearing, huh? What? Well, is it selective hearing, or can they just not hear? Dr. Kathy Kurth is here with us. We're talking about hearing loss and why it is so very important to get your hearing checked. And it doesn't matter how old you are at that point, right, Kathy?
No.
Welcome, first of all, to Sonoran Living Live. I'm really excited about this topic today because so many people are dealing with this issue. How big of a problem is hearing loss, really?
Well, hearing loss is the third most prevalent healthcare condition in the U.S. today, right behind arthritis and heart disease. It's been linked with diabetes, which we know has been growing over the past few decades. More than 36 million Americans suffer from hearing loss.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you have created something because you're pretty passionate about getting people just to come in and get tested, and you're calling it Mission 1000. What does that mean?
Mission 1000 is our opportunity to give back to the community, to enable people to get more involved with their health care. So it's our goal over the course of the next year to be able to test 1,000 people, both myself and team of audiologists, to make sure that if there is a hearing loss, we can identify it and figure out best course of treatment. Most of us over the age of 55 should be getting a hearing test on a yearly basis. Think about, you go see your doctor for a physical, you see your dentist, you see your eye doctor, but nobody addresses their hearing until maybe a family member says, I think it's time.
Yeah, and you know what, so many of us haven't even been tested since grade school, which is when they do that, right? How long on the average does it take before somebody, we were talking about this, you know, you need to go in and get tested before they actually make the decision to go in and get tested?
Unfortunately, 7 years or more before somebody will say, okay, I think it's time, or they've been really coerced by a family member. Please, please go get a hearing test.
Absolutely. Okay, a couple of questions you say that people can ask themselves. High-pitched sounds, such as women's or children's voices, a telephone dial, they fade or disappear. Is that a sign of hearing loss?
Oh, absolutely. Many people say, I can hear, you know, a man's voice just fine, but I can't hear my children. I can't hear my grandchildren. I'm not hearing my wife as well. Selective listening, or is it a hearing loss? And the most common type of hearing loss is high-pitched, high-frequency. So this is a good sign. Go get a hearing test.
Go get a hearing test. What about this? And I'm sure this is going to be a problem for lots of teens. Using earbuds for more than a couple of years?
Oh my gosh. I'm probably a culprit of loud noise exposure from music for years and years, and not using the earbuds, not using the earplugs. But think about if you're standing maybe 2 feet away from your child who's listening to their music with their earbuds and you can hear it. It's too loud. Turn it down.
Ooh, that's a good tip. Is it difficult to hear or understand others in public places? Other loud noises, restaurants, theaters, stores? That's a problem.
This is one of the biggest problems. People say, I go out to the restaurants and I don't even enjoy the people I'm with anymore because I can't hear the conversation. Our restaurants are getting louder, but at the same time, background noise is a real problem for people with hearing loss. So whether it be social settings or even in their work environments, restaurants, parties, who wants to go and not be able to enjoy the conversation?
Absolutely, and so many times you see people just kind of just fading out of the conversation because they can't hear and then they don't feel included. Doctor, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention today and how important it is. And I want to let you know that the phone number to call to get your hearing checked, we have it on our website, sonoranliving.com, and that's an opportunity for you to be possibly one of those 1,000 people that's part of your mission to get your hearing checked. And I'll tell you, I have problems sometimes too. Wear an IFB in my ear and then get that little. Actually, I pretend like I don't hear it. It's just easier that way. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, you go out and you make it a great Monday. We'll be back here bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with another edition of Sonoran Living Live. Make it a great day, everybody.